This is fine. Like starting mid alone is fine. It's just, I don't like it. But yeah, you're going to pop a flash for info. If it sees nothing, then yeah, join your teammates in some capacity. If it sees something, get ISO over here, you know? Okay, bet. So rotating, and this is exactly where we start thinking about it. So what are you thinking about? I know what you're thinking about because you're a fucking... You think about the game more like an anchor player. You're thinking heaven's open. You're thinking they might late lurk mid into heaven. I'm going to pick that up or something like that. Let's watch. Yup. Yup. And here you are controlling the late lurk mid. I've read you like a book, Noodle. I know exactly how you're thinking about Valorant. You did your job as initiator. You collect mid recon. I like that. They weren't there, so they're probably not there. Not a problem. Let's join these guys or let's join ISO. I'm down for you to call ISO mid and have you guys both push mid this round. Because now, like, let's say you really do think Killjoy dodged your flash and she's lurking mid. You might be right. Like, look at her A-hole. They're beasts. The enemy team is going to rotate. I've put that. Okay. I give you full permission to deal with this lurker if you convince ISO to do it with you. Because you're Yumi. And so you need the jungler to come with you if you want to invade.
I got body blocked.
I'm coming to you, Sky. I think they rotate here.
You see, your ISO saves you. Your ISO recognized and said, I'm coming to you, Sky. This guy's a beast.
Did you perro?
No, I still haven't.
In water.
And now I love it. I love it. Now we're playing really good Valorant. And you know why this guy is like, his ability to pair up with you is better than your ability to pair up with him? You know why? Because your aim is actually really good. And so there's these two bars. There's more bars, but like there's aim and brain or whatever. And because your aim bar is more full, then it's just logic. Your teammates' brain bars will be more full than yours on average.
All there, all there, all there.
Boom.
There.
Boom. Beast. Beast. You see? You see what happens when Yumi and the jungler are together? They carry. If you push this alone, you die. If ISO pushes this alone, he dies. You push together, beast. Noodle. Drop the VOD. Sky split gold 2. Oh, bet. Bet. Means somebody who didn't emotionally react to the Sky changes and stopped picking her immediately? Crazy. Crazy, Noodle. Are you sure? I only reacted in my brain base. All right, Noodle. I'm gonna be real with you. I am pretty damn sure that you have trash mechanics. Because there is no world you are down here for this long. Playbooks, notes, VOD reviews. Oh, bet. Do you have aim training VOD reviews in here? Noodle, do you aim train? I have VODs of aim train not linked here. Can you link them? Because I'm going to close your VOD if you can't. This is so much effort on prep that if you don't put in like at least 20% of this effort into your mechanics, I'm closing your VOD because it's actually like obvious. Okay, this is one Aim Labs VOD from yesterday. Has 29 days of VODs? I bet. Then I already know. Because this actually looks decent. Do you take this much time on your shots in game? My guess is no, you do not.
Focusing. Okay, dogging.
Nobody does huge. That's Che. Believe it or not, they do. Players in higher elo, it doesn't look like it, but that's just because we have way faster
I
aim.
didn't see anybody having.
On the right, on the right.
Zoom, boom, click. Zoom, click. Boom, click. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Aim, fire. Oh no! Ah! It's Brimstone! No! Ah!
We're making nice sewers. Perfect.
Man, give me another fight with bad crosshair placement. We're cooking right now. No, all right, this is reasonable enough. We're gonna rewind and watch. Rewind and watch. The gunfights are reasonable enough. There's a way bigger issue, honestly. Who do you watch, Noodle? Actually, Lotus Pearl Split. Baconanas. Oh, bet. Brett. That makes this easy. Yeah, this is way more what I was expecting. Okay, so the biggest problem I'm noticing is how passive we end up positioning on our hits when you're utilizing your dog from mid. Here.
Three there. Rotate again.
So here you're like dogging through, and like when they smoke there, they're gonna be holding mid like this type of formation. And so your ISO who's gonna like try to follow the dog is like, he's too weak. Like there's not enough support for this dog. You kind of have to like, maybe you could flash through and play with ISO.
Nothing vents.
Like I don't like, and now like
We're
you're
making
super
nice
far behind
sewers.
him, and there's this huge desync where you take dry fight, he's about to take dry fight. Yeah. So we keep taking isolated duels. You see what I'm talking about? 1-3. Oh, here we go. We're with the dudes. You see how we're all like squatted up? And now that this is shockingly similar. He actually wasn't able to trade. I feel like he makes a similar mistake here, actually. Did they not break the Arena Flash? Oh, he thought one was coming up rope or something. I don't know. All right, this is perfect. Okay, so Cypher's elbow right now. And in this configuration, I imagine Noodle that you would come this way to fight Cypher. And here we see the priorities are a bit different. Bananas comes this way to stand next to his teammate. I mean, they get double flashed. Tough. But you get what I'm saying.
Heaven.
Because we were with Brimstone,
Behind you, Rams. That was us.
like here.
Bad.
And so there's a lot of good ways we can play post plant on B site, but ideally it involves this guy in some capacity.
Brother.
KJ vents. Dogging. Mail clear. No one heaven. Could be deep stairs.
Yep.
There it is again. So
No one heaven. Could be deep stairs.
here we're staring at this smoke, and guess who else is staring at this smoke? Our Sentinel player. The dog actually makes sense here because we have two dudes. They follow, but like Raze ends up scaling alone. The type of initiator player that wins me games here is the initiator player who tells me, the Raze, exactly what they want. So they go, yo, Raze, follow my dog B heaven. They go, yo, Raze, wait, I'm gonna come B heaven with you, or some shit like that. Like, this guy is basically yours to control when you're playing initiator. There don't exist many duelist mains who will get mad at you for that. And the ones who do, you kind of just shrug it off. Most duelist mains love a vocal initiator who's going to pair up with them and make them top frag. Because you're essentially going to enable this guy to top frag easily. If you just tell her, yo, Raze, don't push further B heaven, I'm going to come. I can't trade you yet. Because in her world right now, she just sees her crosshair right now. And she's focused on her crosshair. And she's pushing because, hey, Deadlock and SKYE, we're behind her. So we're pushing. And the moment you're like, yo, Raze, stop pushing. I'm not ready to trade you. She backs up and she's like, oh, bet. Thank you.
Stand to your right too.
One's flanking us.
Planning safe.
Both heavenish.
Yeah, both have them.
One might be backside.
Full util.
Baby girl, hold that for the defuse.
That's a good point.
Represent Raptors, both have
Heaven.
Okay, dude, you have heal. Bro, what is the rush?
He's not gonna be able to push through that thing. Just careful, dude.
Last player standing.
Hit 35.
Nice try.
Like back here, you know they're both heaven.
That's a good point.
We have heal. Deadlock is hit, indicated by this gray sliver in her health bar.
Herbs out Raptors, both have
Heaven.
flashing.
One enemy remaining.
To your right. He's not gonna be able to push through that thing. Just careful. Dude, SKYE.
Last player standing.
Yeah, and then you abandon Deadlock. So
push
right
that.
here, I have to presume you look at your mini map. I have to, because you're staring at a fucking wall. Okay. So in the world that you look at your mini map, what do we see? Well, we see Deadlock wall, which KO cannot push through, and then we see an angle Deadlock is holding. So to me, it's intuitive that I would just want to hold with Deadlock. I was saying I want like him here, Deadlock here. Wait, so if you're against this pillar, do you realize how wide KO has to be to see you? KO would have to be like here, a bit wider actually, about here to see you. How the f is he doing that exactly? I don't like how you're taking engagements. It's very reactive. Like the two other people you killed this round, you killed because like you raw out aimed them, which is good. I fuck with that. But I don't like that we're having to lean on that so much. So there's only a couple places you can be. In KO's mind, you're either back here or you're like here, or you're of course coming out here. So KO who flashes is going to peek this and he's going to come out this way, right? And so when he comes out this way, you're right there. And that's just no good. That's no good. Because his cross is going to be on you. And we can see that. I mean, his peek is terrible. But he's ready to fight you. I think if you're just like here, back up against the Deadlock wall, you have a way bigger advantage. Let me activate Penguin. So he flashes, he clears that. He clears this and he's coming out and you're like here. You see, it's very hard to clear an angle like this. He's going to be expecting default, but he's already going to be like coming over to aim default. I mean, there's a world where he comes way over here and he's very careful. You're here, by the way. And in that world, it's like still fine.
But you mind my baby brother?
Sure, dude.
Mail clear.
Alright, let's go.
There's a KJ turret here.
Come on, boom bottom.
Leave my smokes down
One on
first.
site.
Dude, this cage has got my fucking number right now. Holy shit.
Yeah, you see? We can avoid this. We can avoid this. We don't need to be dogging one guy.
Alright, let's go.
Now, we can dog for info, but like this is so cooked. We're taking heaven control, but our boosted ass filling controller player doesn't smoke heaven for us. And so it's really annoying. ISO needs to essentially control heaven and not push further past your
There's a
dog.
KJ turret here.
Come on, boom bottom.
Your dog should not be going out rafters. So the reason you're taking your dog out rafters is probably to hunt for like the site player, right? But I need you to understand you have 3 guys B main and you've got 1 dude here. Your 1 dude here needs your support. I would probably clear a bit deeper heaven this way.
Leave my
You get what I'm saying? Or I would like to clear like rafters on the right here because Killjoy could be like ratting there.
smokes down
One on
first.
site.
We have to avoid this. This is all you should be focusing on avoiding. The only person we care about is ISO. Because these guys are 3 stacked. If they get into a fight, they're chilling. They have each other. ISO doesn't have anybody. And so all of our priorities need to go
Dude, this
towards
cage
him.
has got my fucking number right now. Holy shit.
Hey, we happen to kill Killjoy,
Fucking
so
me
we'll
up.
think it's like a trade.
Check sand.
And so I think you have 2 plays here. And I think it's kind of fielder's choice. You can either come over here or you can like join your teammates. You cannot stay heaven. And here's why. The enemy team kind of wants you to stay heaven. If the enemy team's retaking B and they come up here and they see you, they're happy is because there's like a world where they beat you. Now they're like not really worried about the mid lurk and they can come out B. The most annoying thing for these B retakers is they peek out and they see nothing. And now they have one of 2 options. Like option 1 is they really gamble that you're gonna be like male or something and they'll hunt you. But at this point, they're crying because they're not gonna do this. They won't have time to do that. And so at some point, they're gonna have to be like, oh man, okay. And they come out B. And that is the power of this guy. This guy needs to be really patient. Normally it's not SKYE who's here. Normally this will be your like sentinel or something, but like shit happens. We happen to be in this configuration right now. And so that's what I'd be looking to do because you're just too exposed over here. Like even somebody rotating late off of A might come through ropes and this can happen to us. It could be pretty awkward. There's no like correct answer, but this is definitely a wrong answer.
I'll just play for your
You see how you keep having to
I was
check
gonna say that.
and bingo. Bingo. So here is where we have to make the decision. And when we make the decision, we need to backseat the plant. It's really annoying, but this is what you have to be doing at this point. It's a lot. It's a lot. But because you're the lurker, I know for a fact I'm falling back mid here and I'm saying, yo, plant open. Plant open.
Two there, two there, two there, two there.
Good job.
KO elbow, KO's elbow, unless he's dead.
Nah, he's dead.
I'm planning cover.
Good job. Good take, guys.
Good job.
Oh,
Okay. So we're planting. Dude, like, this is so much better if you just have a teammate with you. Like, you're playing initiator in these post plants. The most broken thing you can do is pick one of the smokes. So there's 3 smokes. Pick a teammate. Well, that's you. My bad. Pick a teammate. I mean, for whatever reason, Raze has a bomb. So pick Deadlock or Brim and tell them to like push through the smoke and you'll flash for them. So like, yo, Brim, let's push A main. I can flash through the smoke, or you can dog. You've got so much. And we're about to just take a dry fight.
good take, guys.
Good job.
Like, this could not be better for their team. Now it's lit because you killed him, but
I'm open.
you see, like, here's Brim. They were literally coming.
We're gonna need help.
Might be heaven.
We gotta cut off.
Okay. I would just run screens to help Raze. I think Heaven's going to be impossible to take control of. And if we maintain site control, we'll be chilling. Yeah, they can all go ropes to mid to B or something, but they can do that anyways. Noodle's just going to diff them? Yeah, Noodle is diffing them. Which doesn't seem characteristic of his average performance. Like, I'd be interested to see some of these other games where you like have a 0.5 KD. If I had to guess, it's due to this playstyle where you're so willing to just engage them, because it's very inconsistent to play that way. Like, look, here's what my head is thinking, and I'm very good at playing support. It's like my bread and butter. There's a smoke. It's gonna fade. They're gonna walk out. Put your ISO here. This angle's really good. You do say bring a VOD. We think we did good in. Yes, because if we brought another VOD, he would have just died B main, and we wouldn't get to see this part of the round, Zaki. Just because he's winning the fights doesn't mean I can't see that it's an issue, which is why a good VOD's better, because I can see that it's an issue. We just happen to be winning on this game, which allows us to see more issues. So ISO should be over here. And now you've got a few options. You can play flash off his contact right here. Or you can play over here off of his contact. Both of these are really good. Much stronger than whatever we're about to do, which is just like, there's no plan. We're just sort of spraying a smoke. And now they happen to be mid. Great. But like this point in time right here, let's just imagine that they were cutting noise and they're going to re-hit you and they're awaiting the smoke out and they're hunting a fight. There could be a guy right here. ISO won't see them because he's wider. And it's like an exposed duel. And if they're waiting out this smoke, which it happens a lot, our setup is not ready. We're not coordinated with ISO. And I feel like the most consistent way to climb on initiator is to be coordinated with the guy who's closest to you.
I'm gonna heal, brother.
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Yeah, this whole time you're rotating, I want you to pick either of these great, handsome individuals, or even ISO. Pick one that you want to play with and talk to them. So you're rotating right now, and you're going to pair with one of them in some capacity. Maybe you're going to swing off Brim's contact. Maybe you want to come with ISO and double flank. Maybe you're going to flash for Deadlock, and she should tuck. Even ISO, what did he do to you? It's more like he's flanking on split, and double flanking is like, eh. But I don't mind it. I mind that we keep playing on our own island. This is a very inconsistent way to play. And it looks like that if we'd chosen to go with ISO, we would have had the most impact this round. But like, I'm totally fine if you choose Brim or Deadlock. Deadlock would probably be the worst choice because we've Deadlock walled off A main. So they're not likely to come through there. But you see what I'm talking about. If we pretend that your choice here is a 50-50, then there's a 50% chance that you're with ISO right here. And in the world that ISO gets traded or dies or something, having that extra gun power there is like round winning. I think we're gonna get the best of both worlds. I think Brim is also gonna get a fight.
Sounds like they're rotating out.
Oh, bet. Never mind. We're going B. Oh no, Brim does get a fight. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So now I'm just like super right because we get to see if you chose either of them. If you chose Brim to play with or ISO to play with this round, then we would have had direct impact in the round. Think about it this way. 5v3. Your teammates can't die alone if nobody's alone. You can put that on a wall or some shit. When you're playing Sentinel or Controller, sometimes you're this anchor who watches their team die and has to play retake. That'll happen when you're playing like Omen or Cypher maybe even deadlock. Those rounds will happen. But on Flash Initiator, that will almost never happen because this shouldn't be you. Just leave B-side open, play retake, because you have Flash, you have Dog. These are great retake abilities. They're not great anchor abilities. So just like, go to ISO, go to Brim. You feel? And if we were with one of them, then all of these engagements we would have been involved in.
Play back. You got it.
Yeah, it would have been a much cleaner
Just
round.
here.
Aiming.
And now you're with Deadlock and this is lit. Minus the part where like
She's not there.
Deadlock's about to take a 50 and you're
No.
baiting. Oh, good dog.
Nice.
Good dog. Yeah, I did 0 that whole time. Yeah. But it's easy to recognize, right? Like right now it's good. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. And if I had to guess, in the event that the enemy team just comes mid, these are the rounds where you perform the best because you're coordinated. We spent the first 30 seconds of the round, the pre-round, figuring this out. And so here we are. It's lit. But now something else is going to happen.
I'm leaving mid.
Multiple here.
And now we just need to talk. What are we going to do with this guy?
Oh my god, 80, dude.
We did nothing with that guy.
Fucking
And we lose sight.
What's the
You needed to peek right here. This was a perfect crossfire. It's probably just round winning. You probably see it now. If you just peeked here while ISO's fighting here as they come out, it's very hard for them to deal with both of these threats. Here you see KO coming out to fight ISO, would be unable to look at you at the same time, and we would just be chilling. Now this crossfire only works because we have a smoke. Without the smoke, of course, ISO would have to fight them back here, and it would be different. It'd be different. We'd have to change our setup. Good, you're supporting ISO.
KJ's market.
Good. I'm going to show you exactly when you need to start talking to a teammate.
Coming up mid.
This
Please
is
check.
fine. You're with ISO. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. You shouldn't be here. This is not fine. On defense, I don't want you playing these like anchory styles.
There's some here.
Case in point, you're f***ed. Our ISO's a
Yeah,
beast.
spike B.
Our ISO is a beast. But look. If instead of doing this, where you peek out, what if you said, yo, ISO, get your vulnerable out and throw it B main off my contact. And then you stood over here, where now they're gonna have to come way out before they see you. They can't run away when they get vulnerable. It's lit. And look what accidentally happens. We accidentally synergize with ISO, where ISO sends this vulnerable. But this is like super reasonable for us to call.
Heaven.
Stick with ISO, dude.
Where's the spike?
In the garage.
Or stick with Deadlock. You see? Zoop. You love to alienate yourself. On defense, I want you hopping between teammates. Have you played any League of Legends, Noodle? You were gold a few seasons ago. Perfect. Think of SKYE on defense almost like Yumi, where when you're alone with your abilities up, like you've got heal here, you're just a lot weaker. And your duelists are a lot weaker as well. When you're paired with them, you're both stronger. When you pair up with ISO, he becomes ISO plus Reyna, because now he has a heal. And now you have like death insurance, because if they fight you, ISO can trade. There's no reason for you to play alone like this on defense. Like sometimes you do play alone. Okay, don't get me wrong. There are times where playing alone makes a lot of sense on SKYE. But like right now, we have the bomb and there's 2 threats to it. We have the bomb and there's only 2 ways they can take it, and we have 4 guys. So you can't argue with the math here. We can literally have 2 dudes hold either choke. This scenario could not be more cut and dry. And even in this scenario, which is clear as day, you're trying to 1v1 the enemy 80 carry, which makes no sense. No sense. You have 4 dudes alive, they have 2, and you're taking Dragon, and you're f***ing Yumi, and you're solo walking into their jungle to like zone them or some shit. I don't know.
114 on him.
Don't push.
And now you're a beast. Now you're a beast. Okay, so I can pause and show you like this is good positioning, assuming you don't peek. If you peek, you're a piece of shit. But if you're staying here to peek off of ISO's contact, play off the sound sensor, you're a beast.
I'm gonna peek off the deadlock.
Beast, beast, beast. S plus. We just have to find this earlier. We have to short circuit all of that dead time.
All there.
Boom,
There.
boom. Beast, beast. You see? You see what happens when Yuumi and the jungler are together? They carry. If you push this alone, you die. If ISO pushes this alone, he dies. You push together, beast. SKYE is just designed to pair with a teammate. Your utility is selfless when you play Flash Initiator. It's frequently designed in such a way that it's stronger when used to support. Your heal you can't use this ability alone. Your dog is pretty shit alone. Your flash and ult can be used alone to decent effect, but your flash is still a bit better when you're supporting a teammate. Focus on supporting isolated teammates. Play alone less often, especially on defense. Anytime you knife out to rotate/move elsewhere, I want to hear you communicate in this pattern. Hey, X, let's do Y, or X, keep doing Z, I'm gonna do Y. You get what I'm saying? I need you to talk to X. X equals any ally that you will be playing with in some capacity. And this will force you to stop doing these solo flank things as initiator, which is, there's a reason I make fun of LavFX for this. And there's a reason I say the initiator should never be lurking. It happens sometimes. It happens. Like I talk about this in other VOD reviews where I'll see like the enemy breach and I'll go, okay, there's at least 2 there. Because when you play this game correctly, this initiator, they just pair so well with a duelist that it's very unlikely that they're alone, because there are other agents in the game who thrive on being alone, who have utility that's designed for them to play alone. And so I'm way less suspicious of a breach on the minimap being alone, and I expect it to be like the whole squad. And so you're frequently alone, which is backwards. It doesn't make sense. You're playing your agent incorrectly. Same goes for information initiators. Yeah, like let's talk about, like let's take Sova or Fabe. They're both very similar to SKYE in how they support. It's a lot easier. Like Sova can't capitalize off of his own drone very well. He can't capitalize off of his own ultimate very well. Sova's ultimate will make the enemies run around, which gives an advantage to his duelist who's coming out. His drone will get wall hacks on them, which will generally give an advantage to his duelist. Because let's pretend your drone tags a guy here and you drone from B main. You're never killing this guy because they're going to run CT or something. But you know who is killing that guy? Your Jet, who dashed over this way and shoots them in the back as they run into your teammate's smoke, but it doesn't matter because they're getting scanned. Okay, so that's the Sova analogy. Easy peasy. It's the same idea for Fade. Fade's dog, she has 2 of them, they're not terrible, but they're way weaker alone. It's way better to have somebody following them. And because you can't turn the dog and move like as easily, like you can't have your gun out, you can't just follow your dog with your rifle out while turning it and whatnot, you generally pair it up with a teammate. Your Haunt is very similar to Sova Recon in that sometimes while you can capitalize off of its information, more often than not, it's going to be easier for somebody who's way out in the chaos to capitalize off of it. Your ultimate just inherently requires you to be with the team because you can't cast it around the place. Let me compare it now to agents who are good at lurking, okay? Let's look at Cypher. Pre-round, Cypher can set up his trip for the team. Let's say it's a B rush, okay? And Cypher's lurking mid. Cypher can set up his trip for the team before the round begins. He can put a camera here before the round begins and sit in it to spot the opper for his team. Let's say he's lurking way over here, A side. Now he can use his cages, which are not used for the team frequently, to deny information and slow the rotates A. And in the event that this lurker gets a pick, he can immediately cast his ultimate way over here and benefit his teammates on B. This is a common pattern on agents that can lurk well. They can support their teammates without being there. So let's look at Omen. Let's say Omen's lurking mid on our same B hit. What can Omen do while he's lurking mid? Well, he can throw his smokes. No problem. He can throw those from anywhere. Now, Omen's like a hybrid lurker because he's also effective at hitting the site because his teleports are really strong. His flash is really strong. So Omen is going to be lurking less than Cypher because Cypher is more definitive, but Omen's still good at it. We can take Astra and you can see why Astra is going to lurk more often than Omen. Does it make sense? Because all of Astra's abilities are global. She doesn't need to be present to use any of these. And so Astra, like if we were to order, like if we had all 3 of these agents on our team, who's the most likely to lurk? Well, Astra and Cypher, and then Omen. Omen's less likely to be lurking. And now let's take Fade, because he said, what about Recon Initiator? Now, she's not necessarily bad at it. Like if we have 3 initiators on the team, someone's got to lurk because lurking's good. So yeah, if our team combo has like, I don't know, maybe Sova not Breach. Like if this is our team comp, then yeah, yeah, maybe Fade's the best lurker here. But like if we have Cypher and Omen on our team, do I really want Fade to be lurking? Fade, whose abilities have a limited travel distance, like all of her abilities, none of these are global. She cannot cast them on the other side of the map. Like a Fade who's lurking mid genuinely can't do anything for the B players, except maybe an eye lineup, but that'll give away her location because they'll see the trajectory and anybody playing mid will be like, oh, Fade is sewers. You get what I'm saying? So initiators play with teammates frequently. It's generally correct. They can transition into lurkier play when they run low on abilities, which is why we had this round here where I said it might be correct for us to lurk. And do you see why it might be correct for us to lurk? We're out of abilities. The only thing we have is heal, and none of our teammates really need it right now. And we have nobody who's in the position to lurk. So in this unique round, it makes a lot of sense for us to go tuck mid. But only this round, because we've already supported a teammate, traded them, and used all of our utility. So at this point, it makes sense to go lurk. Lav solo selling a C hit because he's walking up alone as Fade 75 seconds in a round. Yeah, the problem is that works in like lower elo. In higher elo, to sell a fake, you need like 3 things. You need initiator util, you need a duelist entering, and you need smokes. So you need like 3 agents to sell a fake in higher elo. This is why when you see me call fakes in solo queue, I call 3 and then usually 2 on the other side. This is how fakes happen in pro games. You won't be able to unsee it. Because higher rated players are just too aware. If you just throw a hecking recon and there's no other noise, there's no jet dash, there's no smokes, it's going to be very obvious. And the A players are not going to rotate. Hey, Woohoojin here. Did you know that I stream every weekday doing VOD reviews and playing ranked? If you enjoy the videos, the best way to support me is to show up live. If this video was just uploaded, it's very likely that I'm streaming right now. All of my coaching is free, but that means I need to make money in other ways. Please consider supporting me with a Discord subscription if you can afford to do so. I run many live events for my tier 3 subscribers as a thank you for letting me pursue my passion every day. At 2,000 subscribers, I'll be booking a flight out to EU and to APAC to play in-houses on your servers. Thank you for supporting me.